All right, so today we are going to talk about something called piecewise functions. Now, you've probably never heard of these, but you have experienced them in your life. How many of you have ever gone to see a movie? Yes? How many of you know like the different prices at the movie theater? Who knows some? 7 something? Where do you go? I need to go there.
The morning tickets are $5.50.
Matinee, always cheaper. Right? You guys fall into what category?
Adults.
Adult? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there's not a student one where you can show an ID?
That's on Thursdays at the movie theater.
Oh, man. Seriously? All right, well, someday you'll get into that. All right, so what other different prices are there? When you get really old, it's cheap to go to movies, right? Right? Seniors, whatever they call it, over 65 maybe, I'm not sure. 55, whatever it is, right? Who knows what movies are going to be like? Maybe you can actually be in the movie when you guys are 65. Who knows? That'd be cool. All right. What's another one? Kids, there's one for children? Yeah? Okay. So now, if I go to the movie and I pay the adult price, and you go to the movie and pay the adult price, that's weird, right? Why is that weird? Well, because I'm almost 30, and you're not even 18 yet. Right? Does that make sense? So that's a range of ages that fall into that one price. Okay? So that means from, let's say, 16 to 55 is one price. And then above 55 until you're dead is another price. Okay? Well, that's how it works, right? When you're dead, you can't go to movies, or maybe you can.
In heaven.
Maybe. We don't know. The point is that this is an example of something called a piecewise function. All right? Where there's pieces of functions put together into one function. All right? Now, you've learned a lot about functions. Who knows some functions we've learned about? Yes, keep going. What did we just look at on the rewind? What type of function is that? No. No. Linear. What's another function? Quadratic. Any others you know? Yes, try. Cubic, very good. Any others? Parabolas are quadratic. Quintic. Quartic. Do you guys remember our absolute value functions? The ones that look like V's? We just got doing radical functions, rational functions. Oh my gosh, you've learned a lot of functions. So the way piecewise functions works is it takes those functions you've learned, takes like a couple of them, and puts them together. Okay? I know. It's going to be fun. Great. So let's look at an example here. It says to evaluate this piecewise function at 2 values for x, -2 and 5. So I'm going to do f of -2 and f of 5. Well, how do I know which piece to choose? How do I know which piece to choose? What I mean is, how do I know which number I put here for the y value?
If x is less than or equal to 0.
Then I use which one? -5. Well, does this fall into that range of values that are less than or equal to 0? Yes. So when I plug in -2, what is my y? Very good. Great. Good job, Chloe. What about for 5? If I plug in 5, where would that fall? The last one. Why? Because 5 is greater than 3. So when I plug in 5, I get 12. Any questions? Yes, Esmeralda. Say it one more time. Interesting. I think I know what you're getting at. What if I wanted to plug in 3? Is that what you're kind of asking? Because you guys see how 3 is in both this one and this one? But how do you know which one to go with? Why would it be the middle? Because it says or equal to. So it actually, Esmeralda, to answer your question, it will never be 2 answers. It will always fall into one of those. All right, good question. All right. And that's it. That's piecewise functions. Now, I made it straightforward. Do you guys see how each of these is just a number? Right? I made it straightforward. All right? But you're going to see when you go skip the graph, when you go here, take a look at 2 and 3. Take a look at 2 and 3. This is what type of function? Quadratic one. And this one is linear. This one actually is exponential. What? That's exponential right there. All right, because the variable's in the exponent, and that was linear again. All right, so you're going to do the same process, pick which one it's going to go into, but then you're going to actually have to do some algebra. All right, as opposed to just saying it's that number. Right, in number 1, it's going to be what? In number 1, it's going to be what? Just like the example we just did. But in 2 and 3, it's going to require some algebra on your part. All right, you guys ready to try? Excellent, great. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do them at your seat. 10 minutes to do them at your seat. Ready?